Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening. So my name is Muhammad Afifi bin Othman.
And I'm Mohamad Haziq bin Mohamad Rafi.
We are from DC6A and we are going to have an interview for our SOC assignment. And here we have Mr. Kamal. So hi Mr. Kamal.
Hello.
So here we are going to have an interview with Mr. Kamal. And so Mr. Kamal, can we have your full name please?
Okay, so my name is Ahmad Kamal bin Kamaro. My name is Ahmad Kamal bin Kamaro Baharim. I'm originated from Kuala Lumpur, Kepong, Kuala Lumpur, but now I'm currently living at Sepang, Selangor. I'm taking diploma in international business in College Professional Mara, Seri Skandar.
Okay, Mr. Kamal, the first question is, where do you live in England before?
In England, I followed my father living in Brighton. We live near the Preston Park, along in Preston Road. So yeah, Brighton.
Next question.
Okay. You have been a local citizen for most of your life. And if you go to another country, what will be your reaction to see something different from Malaysia?
My reaction is I will be excited, as usual, like others would do, and I would be curious to explore the surroundings and environment of other countries because they are very different with our countries.
So, you have been living in England and in Malaysia. So, what is the major differences between these both two countries?
I think the major differences that I can find between England and Malaysia are first the weather and their society. The English society are much more open-minded compared to Malaysian, because at here we have our religion, Islam, and at there they are much more diverse than we are. So basically you can do anything there, but you have to keep yourself to the limit. Yeah.
So that is about it, England, and you have been staying there for quite time. So maybe in your opinion, which country is more comfortable to live in? Is it in England or here in Malaysia?
Like there's a phrase in bahasa which is hujan emas di negeri orang, hujan batu di negeri sendiri. So as much as I would like to live in another country, I guess I would live in Malaysia even more because this is where I was born in and this is where I am comfortable with because there are people like me living in the same country. So yeah.
Okay, we move on to the next question, which is it your decision to stay and study in Brighton before during your childhood?
No, it was my father's decision because he was actually transferred to England for his job, and I only managed to stay there for a month or two, and it was just for a brief time, and I didn't get to experience studying there much.
So do you feel comfortable studying in Brighton?
When I was a kid, it's uncomfortable really because I'm not used to talking English before when I was a kid. But since now I'm in my tertiary education level, I think it's much better if to live there and study there rather than.
Okay, the seventh question. Have you, when you first arrived in Brighton, England, have you ever feel a culture shock?
I guess there's a bit because accent there and language are much more thicker than our usual English. So and their behavior are different than ours too. So I'm not used to it.
So moving on. So have you been adjusted to the culture and their way of life back in England?
The period was the period of time that I'm there was so short that I couldn't adapt well into their cultures and society, their way of living. But I did take some of their way of living and implement it here.
Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Okay, we know that you have been studied here in Perak for 2 years. So, which part of Perak do you like the most?
To be honest, I like its food. I like the food.
So, which part of Perak?
Which part?
Which area?
Oh, okay. Ipoh and Sri Lanka. Alright.
So we know that you have been studying here for 2 years already. We know that time flies. Do you think you will miss Perak after studying here for 2 years?
I will miss the environment here, and I will miss my friends, of course. And because the way I live in here and in KL are different, so I guess I'll miss Perak. Yeah.
So, your hometown is in KL, but if I would ask you between KL and Perak, which one will you choose?
Definitely KL.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that the society in KL and Perak is the same or is it different?
It would be very different. It can clearly different lah, because as you see, people in Perak are more like orthodox, traditional. Like unlike Kuala Lumpur, they have those who implement traditional way of living, and also they implement the Western kind of living, the wild ones and.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Kamal, this is the third last question. In your opinion, do you think that the place whereby people live will affect their life?
Yeah, I think it does affect the way of their life, the way of they live, because people tend to influence by their surroundings, around environment, and also society. So when let's say if you're a villager and then you move into a city, you won't be comfortable with the city life, because you are used to with the the village life, and the life in city will gradually change you from being a villager to urban resident.
Okay, so this is the next one. Do you think discrimination happens between different states?
I guess in Malaysia it does. Yeah, and in certain states it does, but I think it's a common thing for us in Malaysia for such discrimination to happen, because people are more like ethnocentric, means like they are more to themselves.
Okay, last question here. Do you think that different culture will affect the unity between people in our country?
It depends on the people itself. Some are affected with different cultures, and the unity between them, and others are a bit affected because they have a different way of thinking. So I think
So I think that's all from us. Thank you so much, Mr. Kamal. It's great for you to having you here.
Alright, thank you.
You.
Okay, for the reflection, I think that different places have different culture, and by studying other culture, we will gain a lot of knowledge.
So for my reflection, it's almost the same as Afifi's, but what I learned here from my reflection, to sum up, that culture is actually, it's big. It's not only limited to only one. So we can learn like how many cultures we have in Malaysia, so that we know that, oh, this is like a very unique culture to everyone and in the society as well. So that is basically my reflection.
So I think that's all from us.
That's
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum.